What is going on YouTube? This is Acidic Roots on Frenchy Talents YouTube pitch like that. So some good. So within these phrases, some healthy popcorn type fares, some 2 cents within the varieties. First talking about the recent type true with the goings on amidst like the Strait of Hormuz and the conduct of how the recent type fair like the treaty negotiation that fair has been within like the product like the past whiles pitch like that. But the phrase first and sentence to pitch is the aspect of particular paying attention towards to here the Strait of Hormuz within these aspects. There's been like it's been some turbulence pitches like that within the variety, like the recent type was in the pitch for us in the aspect of figuring out the next modes to get into like the product, how like the sanctions are going to be applied and some of those stuff pitched within the aspect of like the regulation of it. So some of these stuff first in the pitch as far as saying particular product within the pitch of like talking about some stuff phrase from the recent type fair it felt like with some of these pitches as far as paying attention towards it now within pitch for us saying this is 2 cents from the aspect like slapstick typeness from the aspect of stupidity and fairs like that. So pitch for us saying the similar type aspects like Saturday Night Live so the fairs but just like Jim Carrey kind of Jeff Daniels type stupidity fairs like that sounds pitch the aspect for us saying good products amongst so within pitch for us saying makes you question what particular horsefly kind of landed it felt like things were kind of hunky dory not too lengthy ago. Pitch like that within the phrase for us in the product, as far as like the things were getting ironed out, kind of makes you question within these first like what particular horsefly kind of landed in like the peace offering soup as far as these first game that caused like the backwind out of nowhere. So I'm first and it felt like the product just when you think of some of those type pitches, when you have like when you would think back to like the 1700s when like the land was kind of escaped from like Native American type fairs, some of pitches, the aspect where you have like the Thanksgiving type fairs and ironing out you have like the peace offerings, all those type fairs, and then there's like some horsefly or something like that that sets off everything, and things go back to warship, something like that. Pitch as far as saying it's the product. You present the leaders with like, hey, this is like the this is like the peace offering soup as far as these first guys and to pitches the aspect as far as saying this is the this is the finest clan this is the finest clam chowder sons to pitches has the aspect of this uh distinct kind of succulent beef stew and so it's a pitch amongst the phrase for saying just the product kind of amongst it and just ruin within the pitch or just all that throwing just a whole bucket or just the fair like one one for one thrown away some of it's kind of the product of what that particular fair kind of happened within these pitches. It felt like it was right on the cusp as far as these first kind within the pitch that the artillery kind of behind it was then the irons out where it was going to happen within the motion as far as getting towards it is kind of the fair say the hormone say within pitch the Hormuz fees say within the pitch behind it, the Hormuz fee regulations were right on the nose of happening as far as the first game was basically like the pitch as far as saying basically like some particular errand boy lost the written check that was for like the money to buy the television or whatnot as far as this first going to happen. So I'm pitch for us in the product is the basic fray you send you have all the fairs taken care of, the goings on. You have like the entitlement, just the aspect of like, you could say within the aspect like Scarface, say within the aspect like Scarface owns that fair is the presentability within the negotiations, the handshakes, the middleman is there, all those particular type pitches kind of happen. Then you basically get towards the fray of having like the fellow that sets out on sets off on like these particular phrase pitches like that, but somehow the errand folk that you trust, the errand boy male type folk pitch like that you trusted within the product of having like the written check that both parties are kind of waiting for to get towards the product, like the goods being distributed to both sides, lost the particular written check that was for the money to buy the television, so on and so forth. So it's kind of pitch for us in the product of what was going to be the regulation, like the ironing in place for us getting towards it. That just got blown out the window for whatever happened whether or not the wind just knocked the written check out of the hand. So it's just kind of the first person just what the particular, what the gobbledy whatnot with what happened here is pitch for us in the product kind of amongst it. Not to say with the fair like aspect for us the freaking happens amongst it. It's the fairest for us and that cost like particular American soldiers their lives pitches like that and multiple budget kind of artillery with them pitches like that's the phrase for us saying. Sometimes the fair is the aspect of like the aspect things were nestled just right on the cusp of being done within those pitches and like the budget and these sorts of affairs the money spent like I was learning on the news not too lengthy ago pitch like that it was said that $1 million goes into each missile is kind of within the phrase so supposing that 4 missiles were shot in a day it's a pitch for us saying that's kind of like a 25th of like to 25th of $100 million versus first count. So it's pitch first in that particular product, then pitch first saying this. Shooting out 50 missiles, that's pretty much like a tenth of $1 billion. Some of those type pitches like that, and obviously within those pitches, you're going to shoot more than one missile a day. So it's fair for us saying that particular aspect kind of amongst it went out the window. And that's not. It's not in terms of being asked out in full bound like that, but pitch first saying just because folks didn't get to the bank before 3 o'clock p.m. as far as first. So Aaron Boy within the pitch first saying the product is all. Say within the price of that particular meme, you had one job pitch like that. As far as he's supposed to this Aaron Boy, particularly didn't get the written check to the bank before 3 o'clock p.m. It closed. Pitch for saying he didn't get the negotiations and turmoil ensued as far as his first kind of pitch like that. But the phrase for us saying basic call nuggets as far as these first guy within the pitch for us saying just someone is going to die, Lenny, here with these pitches if we don't have Mission Impossible. If we don't have Mission Impossible playing on this television. If we don't have Mission Impossible playing on this television before Russia, I was going to pitch that. Just something that it seems kind of mundane within those pitches to think that like a world war could happen within the pitch of just like a movie like Mission Impossible not playing on the television before like the bank closes at 3 o'clock p.m. or something like that. But that's kind of pitch of what particularly going to happen. Realizing that you could say based upon like a random DVD. $200 million wasted with them pitch, a Mission Impossible not being on the central type television for like the aspect of like both parties being fleshed out as first on this pitch first in the product when you think within that particular frame. I mean, within certain type aspects, even with Hollywood some type pitches, you have to pay attention with the aspects as far as saying this the product of it's not say within it's not it's not any sort of slapstick kind of being asked on pitch. I mean, I don't give a damn with those pitches for us saying the product. I mean, it's the fairest for us saying it is something to give a damn over within those sorts of pitches for us paying attention towards it. But the aspect for us saying within the product of it definitely has like its comedic type pitch when the aspects for us in the product as far as just picturing like the phrase for us saying like we're gonna nuke this particular land since the pitch the aspects for us saying $100 million, $200 million gonna go down the drain if we don't get $200 million going to go down that particular drain without that particular the aspect. It's not strictly just saying within particular type fairs, but also pitch it just like the product of the the golden remote as far as first kind of the pitch for saying the aspect of like particular needing like the particular tuna casserole type recipe, so it's the first like that pitch first and the particular product just having it be with like particular pioneer type woman, so it's a pitch like that one of those that phrases paying attention like the product first the pitch can happen just the aspect as far as like the Congress the two parties pitch like that as far as first kind of within pitch it just saying do it or get nuked as far as the fair, but the pitch first saying just to stay within the fairest Mission Possible pitch like that. It's pitched amongst, but it's the fairest for us saying some of those type of assets. This kind of pitches up, but it's kind of product. Definitely have to say Saturday Night Live would have a field day with this. For us, for saying a nice pitch amongst, but the phrase for saying pitch like that, but it's the fair